What's up, guys? Welcome back to the JP and Trav show on the JP and Trav YouTube channel. As always, it's your host with the most, JP. To my right, my esteemed co-host, brother, and friend, Travis J. Davidson, better known as SEC Media Days Davidson. Today, Trav, how you feeling, bro?
Tired, if I'm being honest. Tired. I went to this athletic directors conference, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but might be part of the reason I'm tired. I got back, jumped right into meetings. So looking forward to a bunch of follow-ups with a bunch of athletic directors that I've got read back scheduled for, and then in 10 days we've got the Oklahoma Coaches Association show. So that ought to be a good time. And yeah. How about you, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. Like we talked about a little bit earlier, dealing with some parenting things. Yeah, your boy is
teenager.
Huh? Yeah, three-nager, to be specific. Your boy also is trying to, I guess, win the state championship as a volleyball coach this year too, because
No, you didn't find a volleyball coach?
I didn't. Yeah, I did not. Unfortunately, we're too late in the game for me to be wasting another 2 weeks trying to find one. So I'm taking it on, man, and I have the respect of most of those girls. They know me well. I know most of them well. I'm not like I didn't play volleyball, but I know enough people that I feel confident in my ability to, be a good motivator and stuff like that. So we'll see how it go.
Man, I'll tell you what. If you win a state title in volleyball, you might consider dropping the AD and going to coach. You might just have to get like you might. It's not up to you at that point. God did.
God did. That's right. Yeah. So no, just trying to get ready for that in school. So that's added another wrench in the schedule. But other than that, man, looking forward to the season. We spoke about or got to see rather SEC Media Days happening today, and Oklahoma was up to bat along with a couple other schools. Obviously, Mississippi State. Jeff Lebby and Brandon Thompson had some comments, and things of that nature. But it was cool to hear from BV, from R. Mason, from John Mateer, and from why is that last person skipping my mind right now?
R. Mason Thomas, RSJ, and John Mateer.
RSJ was there. That's who it was. Yeah, and RSJ. So it was cool to hear some of those quotes. We're going to chop it up about that here in just a second. But before we even get into that, Trav,
I was the first like on the video, by the way.
Oh, you were?
Just saying. Get in there and like the video, y'all.
Yeah. What do you think was your biggest takeaway from what you heard at SEC Media Days today? What would you say?
Honestly,
chat, you guys answer that too.
For me, it was Mike Houck, the Oklahoma SID. He gets those boys trained up, or I don't know if they had media training outside of him, but I know he had to be pleased today because they handled themselves professionally. I think that there were at least one Missouri reporter that was trying to bait him into saying something about Missouri. Asking John Mateer, "Hey, John, I know you're new here, but has anybody got you up to speed with the OU Missouri rivalry?" And of course, John Mateer was like, "Nope." But my dad swam there, so I'm looking forward to the game. It's going to be hard fought game or whatever. And then reporter, two different Missouri questions to both RMT and RSJ about revenge game and rivalry and this, that, and the other. It's like you have an opportunity to, ask some, insightful questions, but asking the same question twice because you didn't get the answer you wanted, didn't get them riled up. I mean, even R. Mason Thomas was like, yeah, just like as I just said, it was a disappointment, it was wild to me. And, Mizzou fans are going to be like, well, what do you expect them to ask if they're Mizzou media? I'm sure that's remedy. No, the entire SEC is there, and there's only one person that asked a question about, revenge. We lost 7 games. Only one school's reporters were asking about revenge games, not the other 6.
Right.
And they did it to every single OU player. Even the one that didn't even play in the game. Wasn't even on the team. So like that kind of stuff. And, I know I'm about as loosely media as it gets, but I just can't imagine I can't imagine going to SEC media days, asking a bunch of Alabama players, so what happened? What happened in that Alabama game? No, I would, I would try and ask good questions that would get me good answers.
Yeah.
Not ones that you're trying to bait people into to give you a sound bite and, say it's a revenge game or anything. No, because they were buttoned up. They said, looking forward to a game, last season was last season. Looking forward to a good game between 2 good teams. Thank you for your question. Next.
Right.
One dude was asking about Love Island. You watch Love Island? I'm like, come on, guys. I swear, man, the TikTok generation, everything feels like a prank. It's all look at me. I want to go viral for getting under this person's skin or asking the crazy question.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the old man in me, but I get annoyed by it.
Some would say you getting up there, not me, but some would say that.
Oh yeah. Getting up there like a championship banner. That's what they say.
I was waiting for it.
Hey, speaking of that, so I ordered this to put on this hat. Got the finals patch. So I'll be going right there with it. Right there with it. So I'll have the shop double team with the finals patch.
Yeah. Yep. You're gonna have that those pictures of your Oklahoma City hat and Gamebridge Fieldhouse in the background for the rest of your life. So you're welcome for taking it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Photo cred. Yep. I couldn't have done it without you. I could ask our guy with the big gold chain to do it.
Yeah. I wonder what his thoughts are.
I wonder how he's doing these days. He's probably got the chain on still.
That's a good question. Yeah, for backstory, y'all. Me and Trav, obviously, when he was up here during the Eastern Conference Finals, we were at a local bar downtown Indy that's just down the street from the field house. And there's a guy sitting down the bar from us. Everybody's going crazy, obviously, I think we won game. It was game 4. Yeah.
4.
Game 4. And we won that one at home. And Trav and I were chatting, and this guy's talking crazy, and then he goes, "Oh, you OKC fan?" He's like, "Oh yeah, no, we're gonna pack OKC up in 5." Man, he got his chain on, walking downtown. We ended up running back into him like half hour later after the game because everybody was outside bustling. The city was bustling, and this guy was talking. Was he talking in a camera or something like that? Is that where we saw him again?
Yeah. It was at Off the Glass TV or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or no, it was a TV camera. It was a TV camera. And he's like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's get." I'm like, "God, this guy's everywhere, dog." But yeah, so that media day stuff. I thought Robert Spears Jennings was extremely well spoken, insightful. Talked about the young guys in the room for sure, as did R. Mason Thomas. And I thought John Mateer handled himself extremely well. Talked about how he's not really been a big attention guy. He wasn't a big-time recruit, didn't have any national, he's never been to an SEC media days type situation where there's, 30 people, 40 people around you, and you got to go on Feinbaum, you go on with Piquel, you go, SEC Live, you go, Get Up, everything, you're on every show. So, we always call it the car wash, right? When somebody used to go to the ESPN campus and be on every show, right?
Yeah.
And do your little, a coach would do it or a player or whatever be there. And it was the Brent Venables day, at ESPN, and he'd go and do a little bit on each show, a couple spots, and then head back to Norman. But Mateer's new to that. So I thought that was pretty fascinating to check that out. And they were just, were well spoken, and like I said, I want to give Mike Houck a shout because I think he has a lot to do with that. Oklahoma's SID.
Yeah.
Did you get to watch the clips?
Yeah, I watched a few of the clips, particularly, with John Mateer. I thought, and I saw some R Mason clips. I didn't see that many RSJ clips for whatever reason, but I thought that that they all did well. As a matter of fact, I think it'd be good to just hear, some of these clips. Was there anything in particular that you liked that you heard from RSJ, like specifically?
Kind of about how he's kind of, his own leadership role, kind of stepping up and kind of the end of that clip where he's talking about how he's running the workout groups now and he's at Schmitty's rack. So if anybody does something wrong and RSJ doesn't get onto him, then like Schmitty gets onto RSJ. Talking about Gentry coming back and the leadership he provides. Eli's leadership, kind of lead from the front, as Venables likes to say. I do think Venables was good today. I don't think he was as. I need to time it. I do think he had the longest. Him and Brian Kelly both went long, but I didn't feel like it was as long as we've gotten used to in the OU media.
Yeah.
Like I think where he's at his press conferences and it's like you get 3 questions because he's got 25-minute answers, which is good because he drops a lot of like great nuggets, great quotes, like great sound bites in there. But and you can tell he's just excited. So he's not doing it out of nervousness. He's not doing it out of just an uncomfortable rambling. No, he's just excited. So RJ says John Mateer has a steely-eyed focus. Looks like he can't wait for week 1. Yeah, me neither. But I didn't see this laser locked in focus with Jackson. In fact, Jackson's still extended. Well, it's interesting. It's interesting because like Jackson's done this, right? Jackson went to the Elite 11, right? Jackson was National Gatorade Player of the Year. Like Jackson was getting interviewed as a junior, at OU on OU radio at games with Parker and I. Like, I think with John, I think he's confident for sure, but I think he's been able to be confident because he's the guy. Like he's the guy and he's done it. I think you can have a different confidence when you're the guy and you've done it before. Like you've done it on the field before. Before it was just, I do think Jackson struggles with some accountability a little bit, but everybody said super thing. Brent was extremely kind to Jackson. I mean, extremely kind to Bauer Sharp. Even when John Mateer was asked about Jaden Ott, he said, we've got a really good room. Like the running back room is very good. It was good. And then you add Jaden Ott to that. And it's like, good. Like gas up the whole room. Talk about more than one person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, I think he's already a seasoned vet. I think he understood. I think many times he talked about things he needs to get better at. He's like, I need to get better at this, sliding, taking care of my body. I need to get better at this. That's something that we'll work on, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think that overall it was a good day. You don't win any games for knocking out your interviews, but no bulletin board material, good solid answers, insightful answers, respectful answers, professional answers. Get on the private jet, head on back, get back to work.
Yeah, and I agree. I thought they did a really good job. And I'm not really sure who's, what else is going on. We're a little light in the chat. I know OU Insider has some stuff going on, but I think that was like an hour and a half ago. I didn't know if there's something else going on. But I really want to hear some of your guys' thoughts. And obviously we got KRJ in the chat, Sooner Cowboys, Boomer Gooner, and Bishop Newkirk is popping up. But I don't know. About
What are your thoughts on Jackson as far as like what his demeanor's like now?
yeah. I mean, I don't think that I can understand the confidence thing in a way. Um, I think it does tell you a lot. I don't think it tells you everything. I don't think that just because you don't seem to be as vocal at a media day that will always translate to the field. But in my opinion, I think it translates more positively if you are. But I don't think it's a monolith that hey anybody who's maybe not as super outspoken as a quarterback can't do well. Um, we know he has the talent. I do think, and BV alluded to it today too. He was not handed anything like on a silver platter, right? And now, did you expect to see something better than what we saw, even if things weren't handed on a silver platter? Yes, even though he was, I mean, it was his second year in college, so it's not like it was his very first year. Second year, and he was, 5-star plus caliber quarterback, number one quarterback in the nation. And so, in a way, you're looking for okay, even though things didn't go his way, was it catastrophic? If it's not catastrophic, you say, okay, there's still something to work with. It was catastrophic in a lot of ways. And yeah, obviously he got it together a little bit the back half of the year, but even still with the turnover issues, there were other things going on. And so, you want to look at it and say, man, he got a lot of talent, but what about the mental piece? And if Auburn can unlock that mental piece for whatever reason, I think that he could be a very good quarterback. 100%. We saw that. We thought that before this past year. A lot of people did. And so I don't think it's right for 1 year to write somebody off because, for example, our boy, who I got on right now, how many people wrote him off, right? Just because in the NFL in particular, right? Because of a bad year or two under seriously rough circumstances. And once he got around the right people that believed in him and he had things around him, what have we seen him do, right? And that's not to compare Jackson to Baker, one to one per se, but just it's a situation you can pull from and say, man, if Jackson gets around people that can get him in the right mentality, and if he has healthy receivers and an O line that can block a little bit, he can be a good quarterback because we've seen the talent, right? So that's where I'm at on it. I did just see a guy on X say that he would take Auburn at quarterback, like the position group over Oklahoma, which I was like, how does that work? How does that make sense? Just based off of last year in particular. But that's where I'm at on it.
Yeah, I just think it's an incomplete, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's Brent said it himself, and he said, he almost like apologized. He's like, I felt that, we got no receivers, offensive line injuries. I thought Jackson and Mike Hawkins did everything they could, in a bad situation. And, it is what it is. Like, he went out of his way to kind of smooth some stuff because everybody knows, Brent knows that he's going to get asked about Jackson Arnold. And he knows Jackson Arnold's going to get asked about OU. So I thought BV did a really good job getting out ahead of that and being very measured with his comments. But it's also like, I think Brent still feels that he really screwed up that Seth Littrell thing. Like, I know that he's very much hey, look, we were injured. I get it. I think Seth's a good coach, and that's why I hired him. But I think he's still dealing with some stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes 100% sense. I mean, Brent's somebody that always, takes responsibility. He always has to the point where, you have people who would say they're sick of hearing it. Even so, us, right at the end of the year after Navy, we were pretty frustrated. The resident sunshine pumpers apparently of OU Twitter, we were on here like, hey Brent, your time's coming, dog. Like, if we don't want to hear that, what's the standard anymore. We don't want to hear that, we want to get back to where Oklahoma should be. We get that. We understand that. Everybody knows that. Let's see it in action. He's going to take that on. He's going to say the right things. Right. And as soon as Cowboy says, I'm sick of it. Honestly, go win games. No more excuses. But to be fair to Brent, there's really nothing else he can do until the season starts. All he can do is talk. We can't, be like,
right.
oh,
It is talking season. It is.
Yeah. Was he
It is media days. It is talking
people
season.
Would be mad at him if he went up there and said nothing, Travis. Like if he went up there and was just like, "Yep, we need to win," people would be mad because they're like, "No, we want to hear how the team's doing. We want to hear whatever." Which we know Brent at this point. He talks a lot. We know that that's never going to be him. But regardless,
bro, the questions are so weird. Like asking, like, and of course, it's all Texas fans down there. Like Austin American Statement asked a question. On Texas Football asked a question, and then Kirk Bowles asked a question. More than any OU or national media did, and it was like all Texas related stuff. Or it was like the guy that was like, the guy that didn't even give his name or affiliation. Here's the thing: they literally say at the beginning of the press conference, they say, state your name and affiliation, and then ask your question. Raise your hand. We'll bring the mic to you. So here you go, second row, boom. Hey, so Brent. Didn't give a name, didn't give affiliation. Didn't find out till later it was somebody from on Texas. Still don't know who it was. But he's like, so 2 out of your last 3 years, in 3 years, you've lost to Texas twice with a cumulative score of this and this. In 2 losses, you scored 0 and 3 points. Just up there to like be smug and twist the knife into Brent as if he doesn't know this.
Yep.
And Brent could have come back with when we had a functioning offense, we won the game. We just got to work on having a functioning offense in the future, and should be good. Yeah. But he handled it well and whatnot. And then but he was like, one of the questions was like, how to defend the wing T, and then because John Mateer ran the ball a lot, if they were going to run any wing T, like. It was I did not expect Navy question. Oh, and then the Auburn question. Somebody asked a question about Auburn and was like, tell us what it was like. What do you remember about the Auburn game? And it was like, he did an Auburn presser. It's on YouTube. Like, you can go find it. He breaks all that. It was all of his thoughts. So, it's interesting. Hello, Maggie.
What's up, Mag?
So it's just interesting because I thought Chris Phillips asked, a good question about, but I was picking on him a little bit because he picked OU to go 7-5. So I was like, I texted him. I said, hey, you should have started. He did start correctly by stating his affiliation and his name like you're supposed to. But he was like, yeah, Chris Phillips, SCM Filtered. And I was like, you should have said, yes, I picked you to go 7-5 this year. But the question is, like, that's 7-5. I'm going to hold you to that. I pray he's wrong. If he's right, we may be looking for a new head coach. But
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I just think like the one guy started asking about Love Island, bro. Like asking about Love Island and like who are you familiar with it? What's funny is they tried to ask R. Mason Thomas about Love Island, and OU Insider shut off the video. They're like, we're done. Like, we're not even entertaining this and putting this online.
That's crazy.
I feel like this started a while ago with people trying to go viral with like quirky questions, like not insightful. And it's a very like, look at me world. Like, I'm going to go viral. It's the prank community. It's the same people that went to a Michael Jordan camp and said, what are those? Like, dude, grow up. Like, that's like, you're not actually trying to learn anything. You're just trying to make it a gotcha. So, but like Love Island shows, because then you just cut everybody out. Like, I get Love Island's a popular show right now, but SEC Media Days, you're going and asking opposing players about Love Island.
Right. Like, come up with a better question, bro.
Right. Maggie's going to get upset about this because she thinks this is just great journalism. And I will say, Mizzou has an incredible journalism school. One of the best journalism schools in the country, if not the best journalism school in the country. I think that people that graduate from Missouri's journalism school are more intelligent and better question creators than what we got from them in this sense.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You heard him, Maggie. He ain't coming at your people. He's just being honest. Speaking of being honest,
I'm very respectful of his journalistic integrity.
Can we be honest?
I think Gabe is one of the best in the country at what he does.
Can we be honest about Barry right here before we get into this video, which was actually posted by
Barry,
your boy.
Barry cracks me up, man. He is an institution. Brian Windhorst shouted him out today on the Hoop Collective. Was talking about him, awesome. And he's a Tulsa World guy now. He's not an Oklahoman guy. He can. Mm-hmm. He's funded by the 918. So he might. But I think he wore that exact coat when we did OU Club of Fort Worth together. We did a show together, and gotcha. Or he spoke and then we spoke. But he's a legend. There's a reason that he goes on national news and all this because he's been around a long time. Everybody remembers the Kevin Durant article and Russell Westbrook and his feud, all kinds of stuff like that. But that guy will be on the front row. He is a pro.
Yeah, indeed. I thought we'd get into this clip that was provided, as you said, by OU Insider, and this is from your tweet. So let's listen in here for a second.
John, obviously you're new to Oklahoma, but have you heard anything, or has anyone brought you up to speed on that Oklahoma-Missouri rivalry? Anything you're looking forward to there?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I'm very excited to play them. My dad went to Mizzou, so it's going to be a lot of fun, that game, playing against them. I always knew about them growing up because my dad went there. Obviously, he swam there. So, but yeah.
Robert, can you talk to me a little bit about the Missouri game last year and how that ended and what you're looking forward to in a revenge game this year?
I feel like it ended in a bad way. I mean, we can't go back and fix it. So I think this year we're just trying to take one game at a time and just trying to move forward.
What do you remember about last year's Missouri game?
Really, they ran a lot of stretch versus us, and we had the game on our fingertips and lost it just like that. So it left a little sting on us, but we got win show mentality and let it go.
How do you feel about the game being back in Norman this year?
I thought it'd be a great game. Two great teams going at it, trying to win a game.
All right, so what do you remember about last year's Missouri game?
Missouri game. Yeah, it was for Missouri, it was disappointing, the way the outcome came. We know we were a good team and Missouri was good. So the way it ended was unfortunate. But, yeah, a lot of learning, a lot of mistakes to learn from that game.
So what do you expect to see them back in Norman this year?
Yeah, same thing. We're going to have to game plan a little different, new team, new coach.
Is that his bad, though? That can't be on him.
It's his bad.
Is it?
No, it's the mic screwing up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
you keep playing.
We expect to really prepare for a good Missouri team.
Mason, can you talk to me a little bit about the end of that Missouri game? I know you guys struggled down the stretch there. Are you looking to get revenge this year? And what happened down the stretch at the end of that game?
Yeah, it was disappointing. I think I said before, it was it was unfortunate to be like the outcome to be like that.
I think I said before.
Yeah, we gonna want to go win. We want to go win every week. So for that play of football that happened down that stretch, we just the mistakes, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. With beating Oklahoma, so when we fix those mistakes, we'll know when we play Missouri again that it's a different team, different culture, but it's going to be a lot of the same things we see before. So looking over those mistakes, we know what to fix.
There you go. Lots of Missouri questions. Handled all of them.
Not even. I mean, one Missouri question asked 5 times.
Yeah. What did you think about the Missouri game last year?
When the first one to Mateer was crazy.
What did he
I mean,
say?
just the tone. Because the problem is you can hear the
John,
smile.
obviously new to Oklahoma, but have you heard anything, or has anyone brought you up to speed on that Oklahoma-Missouri rivalry?
On that Oklahoma-Missouri rivalry? Is it a rivalry?
Has anybody
Sorry.
brought you up to speed?
Let me not be disrespectful.
And we're not going to get into the full blown is it or is it not a rivalry, but like and again, it is out of my my high level of respect for Mizzou's journalism school, which is elite. Those are not good interview questions.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I like that. They weren't as bad probably as the Love Island questions. Although people there was one question for RSJ. They were like, "Give me 3 words to describe this team," and he was like, "confident, physical, and fast," or something like that. I thought that was cool. I got some questions about Rob's shoe game today. It was I don't know. I'm not sure what went into that decision. I probably need to text him, ask him about those shoes.
Yeah.
Knowing how little I know about designer stuff, he's probably like, oh, they were actually, Versace, this, that, or the other, or, some type of designer brand I've never heard of. But he was looking sharp, man. And it's wild to see, like, him grow up, right? And it's like, I mean, he's always had kind of a quiet confidence. He's always been kind of just like a quiet guy. But to see him step into the role of he's the veteran leader now, and he even touched on it. The people are like, okay, it was clear that the leaders were Danny, Ethan, Billy, one at each level, oldest guys on the team or most tenured with Woody. And then now he's like, we got Kip and Kobe that have been here a while, right? We got me, we got, Eli leads in a certain way. We got Dom, we got Grayson, we got PJ, we got R. Mason Thomas. Like, it's just, I think no, he wasn't wearing the OU Air Force Ones. R. Mason Thomas was there wearing the OU Air Force Ones. RSJ was not wearing them. Unless he put them like washcloth size laces in them.
Yeah.
Did you see those?
I didn't actually. Oh, you talking about our Masons?
No. Robert Spears Jennings.
Oh, no, I did not. Nope.
No, these definitely are not. I mean.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, what are we doing there?
It's a wonderful question.
Yeah, but the boys were looking fresh.
They are. They were, and John Mateer, he obviously almost got a little bit of arch treatment, if you will. There's a lot of people over there trying to talk to the boy.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, whenever you say, "Hey, what is OU going to be this year?" The first thing they bring up is John Mateer.
Yeah,
a lot of people are excited about him. He's a Texas kid, exudes confidence. It's easy. Well, and also since he came with Arbuckle, it's an easy way to ask about Arbuckle without asking about Arbuckle because they're so similar, same offense. Like, you don't have to break up the question as much. I mean, there were a lot of follow-ups about, like, what's your relationship with Ben Arbuckle like? It's like, well, I've been together for 3 years. Like, good. But like any quarterback in OC is, one of the great things was RSJ talked about how Arbuckle will talk trash to the defense. And then if the offense does something and if the defense makes a play, they go talk trash to Arbuckle. They don't even talk trash to the other players. They're just getting into it with Arbuckle.
Yeah.
I mentioned how I had, a long day at the conference, things like that. I was getting tired. But no, this one, who napped all day.
It's just knocked out.
It's just knocked out.
Oh, that's hilarious. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. We talked about John
This was good.
Mateer.
This was a good interview.
Yeah, I really like, how he carries himself, and obviously, he interviewed with JD Piquel, friend of the show, been on the show before, and I really like this portion of it. And so we're going to play it real quick and chat. And Trav, I want your opinion on what was said here, but chat, you guys too.
Is it fair to say you're bringing the swag back to Oklahoma?
I mean, I would, yes, go order those. Yes.
You're bringing the swag back, bro? You got this deal. Got the headband, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't wear this and not have swag.
Yeah.
So I see my quarterback wearing this.
Yeah. I will be wearing those on game days.
Talk me through that. It's a state of mind. It's an edge.
No, I mean,
talk me through the swag a little bit.
I like the headband because it just looks good, feels good, keeps the sweat out of my eyes, keeps the hair in a good place. And then the logo is just, it's the logo.
Let's go.
I got to know, spread the logo, let everybody see it. No, that's pretty bad. Appreciate that.
Got you.
But I mean, I wouldn't say I'm bringing the swag back because if I say it, it's not, it'll ruin it.
Johnny Swags, is that a good one? Did that stick? Just think about it. Sleep on it.
don't know.
Sleep on it a little bit.
Okay.
Sounds like a no for Johnny Swags.
Probably wake up in a nightmare.
Is it fair to say you're bringing the swag?
Yeah, I like John a lot, man. Obviously we've seen the tape on him and everything like that, but I mean, just his ability to kind of be a jokester, and have that kind of like I would say he's quite Baker Mayfield, but in terms of that way, but I think you can definitely say it's Baker Mayfield-esque, right, with kind of the aura he produces around him.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because it's so unfair to any quarterback when you let out the Baker comparison, right?
Yeah.
And what we're saying is energy, swagger, infectious, just style, like same, kind of Texas, like Texas high school football, kind of brat, just confidence, cockiness a little bit to him. But we're not saying he's Baker Mayfield on a football field. We're not saying he's going number 1 overall. We're not saying he's winning the Heisman. But it is refreshing. Like you feel that he has complete trust in his ability, while also saying multiple times different things he needs to get better at. Like very rarely do you have people that just ooze confidence that will also admit that they have a long way to go on a lot of things in their game.
Yeah. What's your I want to ask you this, Trav. What's your opinion on Brent Venables saying, he turned down more money elsewhere to come to Oklahoma? Does that make you, let's say this, in light of the conversations we've been having the last few weeks, where people are like, obviously we know Nagy didn't have anything to do with Mateer because that was before he kind of came on, but like with the conversations of Oklahoma going the value route and them being 3-star U and not being willing to spend money on things, does that make you like nervous that Brent was like, hey, other places were offering more money for him, but he still decided to come here? Or does that make you feel better that, hey, Oklahoma is still going to be able to provide certain things that, make it Oklahoma enough, or, have that culture or whatever you want to call it enough that, hey, kids aren't just going to jump at the first sign of, a bag?
Well, I think it's interesting because the money conversations have obviously been big, right? Especially Oklahoma is not recruiting real hot right now, but we all kind of knew that would be the case until they start winning some football games.
Yeah.
But I found it interesting. It almost was like an in support of Nagy and that approach, right? That's kind of what it was, right? It was like, we valued him, we want to go after the guys for the right reasons, find the right fit. We were the right fit. We went after him for the right reasons, and he plays for us now. So, knowing that Cam Ward was wanting him to go to Miami and knowing Miami had him number 1 on the board, I don't think it's difficult to figure out who was offering more money than Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That was the University of Miami with his, a quarterback mentor of his in Cam Ward. So I think it's a brag to say, hey, this guy, he wants to be here. Everybody should want to be here. You know, every time you're up there as a head coach, what up, Mars? Like every time you're up there as a head coach, you need to be recruiting. And like that's where like I love when players get on the mic afterwards, after a big win on the road. Tell me what it's like. Tell me what it's like. And they grab it and say, hey, that's why you go here. This is what we do. It's like every opportunity with a mic should be, I'm talking to recruits right now. I'm talking to recruits. The lifeblood of the program. I'm talking to players that I want to get to play here. So I think that's what a lot of Brent Venables was doing. You know, he's taking less money, but man, he's in a good situation, right?
Yeah.
He's back with his OC. You know, he's enjoying it here, close to home. You know, and I think that's what Brent Venables wants the whole program to be about. Not just, you know, we're going to just pay him the most, but we want you to be here for reasons other than money. We're going to pay you. John Mateer, Johnny Paychecks is a good name for him, but
Johnny Paychecks.
like he's getting paid well, 7 figures, but it's not only about the money. The money is real, but you got to look for long-term money. You got to look for development. You got to look for opportunities like branding and marketing opportunities, right? I mean, him and Arch were the two hottest tickets today for the press conferences, right? So, I mean, that's what happens when you go to Oklahoma. You're in the SEC. I don't even know when ACC Media Days is. Have they had it? I don't think they have. When do they have a media day?
They do. I can find out. One of my best friends from college works for the ACC. I might text.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
it's here. I got it right here. Let's see. What the heck? Oh, scheduled for July 22nd, Thursday the 24th. Man, they only go Tuesday to Thursday? Interesting.
Really, is it?
But yeah, I just is Carson Beck hurt, or is he still hurt? Is he still rehabbing? Do we know? Chat, help me out.
That's a good question.
I know him and whichever Cavender he was dating broke up.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Speaking of rehab, though,
The person that asked the Love Island question is the one that told me that.
Giovanni Gibson.
Oh yeah, that was good. Well, injury update from Brent. Giovanni Gibson out of a boot and on schedule. Now, I would have loved there to be some clarity on what that schedule was.
Right.
Because, boy, oh boy, it would be fun to debut him against Michigan.
Yeah, it would.
But a lot of people, Jermichael Carter making waves, right? I mean, Isaiah Satania. Like they asked about receivers. You talk about Eli Thomas from Shakota, big time kid. Another good reason that you don't have to go to the big schools to get noticed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Beck, I think he's still injured, but it'll be interesting to see who are the stars of ACC Media Day. Cade Klubnik, for sure. Obviously Beck. Does SMU have anybody that people are just gonna die to see? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. It might. Hey, Beck might be the star of the show, but not like SEC Media Day star of the show. They're not going to be on. Not on with Feinbaum and Piquel and
That was
get
fun.
up. And
I was fun
these
seeing
other
him
things.
pop up there and say what's up to Paul after Paul's love affair with Arch.
Oh my gosh, how awkward! How
Seriously.
awkward!
Seriously awkward. But what game do you think we're doing this week? Just a little guess.
All right, so far we've done Jalen Hurts comeback. We've done Baker. And we've done Alabama. I'm not going to guess the specific game, but I'm going to guess that it's a Stoops. I would say it's a Stoops post-2008 era.
Post-2008. You're correct. It is post-2008. I don't know. I was thinking about this game the other day, and it was probably one of my favorite games of the Stoops era in general, but obviously specifically the college football playoff era. And I know we have, you know what? I need to make sure we gotta get a Kyler game on here. We still haven't gotten one of those. We will. But it is 2015 Baylor again, but forget the opponent. If you guys remember this game, this was a gigantic game. Were we both top? We were both top 10, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think Baylor was undefeated at this time.
I gotta go to full screen mode of this.
They had just finished McLean Stadium. So you know, it used to not be super nice, and
there we
they
go.
just finished that. Yeah. So yeah, we were 12. We could have been top 10, but they're number 6 at 8-0. And the context behind this, right, Travis? The last 2 years, Baylor had rocked us in our face, right? After years,
and it looked bad going into this.
It did, yeah. They scored first possession, and everything. And it was, you know, we were nervous. Obviously, we had Baker. This was Baker's first year, and oh man, just a sight. It's a sight with Joe and Samaje in the backfield. But you got Sterling out here. Baker made so many plays. This was, you know, a lot of people, obviously, we got to see Joe's talent come through in 2015 because we didn't get to see him play in 2014. I feel like Samaje in some ways took a little bit to some people of a backseat, like to Joe. But in my opinion, this was a classic Samaje Perine game.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so fun talking Mateer and then watching some Bake. Shot and chaser.
Yeah. Man, just a bowling ball, man. Paw.
Golly, that offensive line. We got offensive line standing up there, All-American offensive line, standing up there not knowing what, just having nothing to do. Because they've blown up the entire front seven, and there's just nothing. There's nobody else to block.
Oh man, Jordan Thomas. That's a name, man.
So give me that.
I thought Jordan Thomas was going to be a first-round draft pick at one point.
Stephen Parker, pride of Jinx America.
Is he still in the league?
Charles Tapper, Stephen Parker. I don't think Stephen Parker is.
Charles Tapper, man. We had a good defensive line that year. Underrated.
He said, "Get down." Yeah, Shep knew how to get down quickly.
Mm-hmm. And Dominic Alexander, he shouldn't have left as early as he did. He was good. Chat, where were you guys during this game? What do you remember about this game? Go ahead and put it in here. Paul had a change of heart. He says Mateer might be his new favorite. Probably because Mateer came up to him.
He put that Jack Harlow charm on him.
He did.
You seen that interview?
Which one? Jax?
Jack Harlow from a couple years ago. Big Boy's interviewing him. He's like, man, all you do is flirt. And he's like, flirt with the rest of the, all this. It's like, it's hilarious.
I was going to say, I think Samaje Perine probably broke more tackles in this game than any of our running back room did the entire year last year.
Man, I wouldn't doubt it, man.
Is that right? I guess Eric was a senior this year, so he would have came in 2011. Also, I don't have to. I just assume that we don't want to listen to a broadcast, though we can, if that's a desire.
Yeah, go ahead. Turn it on, man. I need to hear some of these old voices. Man, he was peppering Shep too. Shep had like 6 or 7 catches in the first half.
Yeah.
Into the end zone. That's the ruling on the field. And this will be interesting. I'm glad Dave Kataya is up here because we always hear about finishing, processing a catch. One-on-one matchup.
A little slot fade.
When they set it up with so many of them, they were throwing them to the out. They were throwing out, and he finally turned it up, and corner didn't know what to do. But that's the thing, like we talked about with last year's.
Ruling on the field of a touchdown is confirmed.
Like last year's offense, like there was no setting anything up. Like there was no like, hey, we're gonna run this a couple times for a couple yards or anything like that to set up a play off of it.
Right.
Like we would run the play that we were supposed to set up, but we would just run the play that we're playing off of it. We never set it up and train the defense to look for the just the swing pass or something like that. Like to me, that's one of the deadliest things in sports. Just the quick like fake bubble, pump fake, and you get the corner to jump and then just gone. Like it's so. You see it happen. You see it go for touchdowns so often.
Yeah.
Linwood again. The Bears love to play extra fast after making a first down. That time, knocked down for a loss. Stidham.
Jared Stidham was their quarterback. I forgot.
Tapper got a hand up.
Stidham went to Baylor.
Winding down to 5. Option look. Cooper. Big hit. Stephen
Parker was feeling himself.
Mayfield pulls it and fires across the middle.
There he is again.
Shepard at the 50. Already Shepard with the touchdown catch and now has rolls and fires far side again.
Before halftime, 9.
Shep again, 9 catches. Was he Ryan Broyles out there? What's going on?
Right.
Mayfield sneaks it for a first down to the 40. Mayfield lobs it down and makes it in the backfield. On a wheel
this was Jordan Evans.
Mayfield pulls it, throws back over the middle, and the catch is made by
Dimitri.
And the H-back muscling down to the
Now a great lawyer over there. And down there
right, and it opens up the middle of the field, and he relies on the athletic ability of Flowers to go up and make a play. That's trust right there by Baker Mayfield. Throwing it to his H-back.
I just can't imagine us making a play like that last year.
Takes that big hit and almost works his way into the end zone.
It just didn't happen.
Mayfield finally says, all right, let's go. Perine. No, keeps it, pulled it. Full me, and touchdown Oklahoma.
There's that fire.
Set for Mayfield.
Now the zone read, Chris. He fooled you. You're right. He fooled Baylor. Blanchard came down hard on Perine, who's had a great first half himself.
Came out charged up. I think they thought they'd see a typical Baylor offensive fireworks show, and the Sooners defense not having it in the first half.
Not at all.
This is Corey Coleman. He's going to bring it out. Why not? Give it a go. Top receiver doesn't return kicks too often. He is not.
They said, why not give it a go? That's why.
Coverage units.
That's Daniel Brooks, man. He never got to really play it.
Stidham takes a shot. That sore back won't feel any better after that big blow from Matt Romar.
Man.
First half for Coleman, only 2
Man.
catches for 14 yards. He got 37.
Get back here. Golly. I'm ready for that defensive line play to come back. He said, get back here.
Through the tackle of Stewart, and they'll move the chains. Mayfield pulls it, pump fakes, takes a shot, and the Neal, who's knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Which means the linebackers and safeties are going to have to get more involved.
Mayfield escapes, has room.
Oh, the hard step.
To the 30. Shows the speed, gets the corner, knocked out down inside the 10. Blanchard finally ran him out, but another big play from the quarterback. Mayfield on a slant.
Touchdown. Who else?
Shepard went down low, scooped it up, and Oklahoma takes the lead again.
Yeah, they had such good chemistry, man. What a ball.
Which creates a nice big void right behind the blitz.
You had max protection, too.
I mean, what a ball.
At the 45, trying to build in a 7-point lead.
Wow, look at that at the bottom. Number 8, Oklahoma State, scoring 35 on a 10-0 start.
In the clear. Stiff arm, still running. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
The amount of
That sneaky
like
speed.
30-plus touchdown runs that Samaje has in his career is really crazy for how big of a back he is.
Physical, tough, and fast.
I just cannot believe the job that Lincoln Riley has done with this offense. From the way they looked against Texas to where they looked these last 5 weeks, including tonight. It's to spring Pirine loose, but it was the formation and moving the safeties and linebackers out of position that really opened that up.
Thompson again drives the kick deep, and Chris Black's going to bring it out.
10 years ago, 30.
Knocked down across the 15.
We got a
They try the middle. Nowhere to run. Chafin is stacked up. Mayfield escapes. Gonna make the first.
Oh, with the moves, little wiggle.
The Oklahoma quarterback down near the 35. Pirine hammers ahead and escapes and is tackled at just as he was trying to get momentum by Sells. Territory. Linwood chased down by Stryker for a loss. Derek Stryker makes his first big play of the night. Not just a sack master.
You have Stryker involved. You also have the middle linebacker, Jordan Evans. Here's Stryker. He's going to attack. He sees the formation. There's not a tight end there. It allows him to collapse in a hurry. Shock Linwood never had a chance with that closing speed of Eric.
Shock Linwood.
They're lucky to get
Remember
back to the
him.
line of scrimmage.
Now Stidham fires.
Oh.
Zach Sanchez has got it.
everybody's favorite former Sooner on Twitter, Zach Sanchez.
A miscommunication between receiver and quarterback, and Sanchez makes a big play.
That's exactly right. Katie Cannon not on the same page with the young freshman Stidham. And in this offense, this is about timing. And Stidham gets the ball out. He read a certain coverage. There's a lot of adjustments to coverage. Cannon didn't even know the ball was thrown. He runs a quick slant.
Alpha of that secondary sets the Sooners up at the 20.
That was on the money to Sanchez.
Yeah. How many catches does Sterling have? 13, 14?
Seibert from 33.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
And he knocks it through at the 49. 39, I should say.
Zach Sanchez probably was talking
Beats it
about
off the Linwood, who's wrestled down.
Was he?
Jordan Evans came flying into the backfield.
My algorithm did not show me.
Linwood on second and long.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah. The resemblance is uncanny. Yeah.
Like this is tough.
Play action. Stidham hit at the
Ooh.
50 and slammed down by Tapper. What a stand by the Sooners defense.
Golly.
How quick Tapper gets by this offensive line. Kyle Fuller, one of the better linemen up front, just cannot deal with the leverage, the speed of Charles Tapper that time. As I said, third and long, you know what's going to happen.
Oh, just ripped him down.
Second down, Mixon hammers forward across the 10. It'll be third down. First down. Mayfield, at time, escapes. Has a lot of room. Mayfield, shaking, diving to midfield. He is gripping his arm. Both quarterbacks just battling through some pain, but they move the chains again. Crank it up and run lots of snaps.
Shep, you played in the slot?
Second down, Mayfield has
Oh,
time.
boy.
Can he find a receiver? Flips
A
it.
route technician.
First down at the 40-yard line. And it's D.D. Westbrook. As the receiver had to know he was going to take a big shot after that catch. Ryan hammers ahead. Down by the ankle.
That guy had to be a
First
hostile
down inside the
tackle.
30. It was Singleton
I would know
saving a
it.
touchdown. Sooners using some play clock here.
And he was still they're trying to get tackled by secondary players. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
First and goal, Oklahoma. Ryan is the back.
No, they're still on the check. Meanwhile, there's Mark Andrews up at the top.
Bears rush only 3. Mayfield looking, scrambling, retreating, fires to the end zone.
Vintage bank, man. Vintage.
Extending the play, showing patience. A look at Trevor Knight,
TK9.
last year's starter off the celebrating with Mayfield there.
That play is kind of symbolic of the night in the season that Baker Mayfield has had for this Oklahoma Sooners offense. And this play takes a long time, but he is in blocking, waiting. You think he might run, and then he decides right here to take off and try to get out into the open field. I can't believe none of the linemen went downfield. In fact, the freshman, Samia, the right tackle, actually did. The right tackle, 75 from Oklahoma. He's almost near the goal line.
You can't blame him. Mayfield was failing for 15 seconds.
Hey, chill, Kirk. Nobody likes a snitch.
Flowers has made 2 catches tonight, both of them huge. One setting up a touchdown, and now that touchdown gives Oklahoma a 10-point lead
Chill.
inside of 5 minutes to go, and may have been their crucial play to help the Sooners get some payback against Baylor.
I cannot say enough about Baker Mayfield. Wide receivers to make some big plays, something that's been tough for them to do against his center secondary.
I'm having a blast looking at the ticker at the bottom. Mississippi State was 17th in the country this week.
That's crazy. Arkansas blasted LSU.
Blasted LSU.
This secondary given so
Lamont
much
Thomas,
so
former
embarrassed
linebacker.
the last 2 meetings. How sweet is this?
Green Bay.
It's an amazing way to potentially wrap this up. Mike Stoops deserves a ton of credit. He's taken so much heat in Norman for the way his defenses has performed in some of these bigger games, giving up a lot of points, giving up a lot of plays. They put a plan together, and his players went out and executed it tonight.
The young Jerry Schmidt.
A young Schmitty.
TCU Friday after Thanksgiving, and then Bedlam, of course. Mayfield steps up, delivers. Shepard.
Oh my gosh.
Shepard spins and knocks
He had to have 15 catches, bro.
He should be.
Oh, somebody look up Sterling.
What
was his talent?
Here's the keeper for the quarterback. Still running around and just slides on the red carpet for a first down. And they'll continue to chew on clock, and that could just about do it.
And they still have TCU and Bedlam with Oklahoma State in front of them.
Boomer Sooner comes to Waco.
Yeah, stop. I think OSU went up to like 6 in that next year poll.
Oklahoma State, you said?
Yeah, that year.
He had 14. He caught 14 passes, 177 yards, and 2 tutties. Oh, man.
What did he have? Say it again.
14 catches, 177 yards, 2 tutties.
Good Lord.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
All right. Get back here.
Well, it was fun. It's good to see some of the boys out SEC Media Days, and to hear from our new quarterback. Obviously, the leader, some of the leaders on defense, and man, we're not too far off, Trav. Not too far off.
Man, we're almost home. Man, we're almost home. I'm so excited. We got football next month, man. Football next month.
Next month, man. Next month.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready for that first day in Norman. Ready for that first game. Walking around, taking in the sights and sounds and the heat stroke.
Yeah. Can't wait. All right, guys. Well, appreciate y'all coming out today. The ESPYs are going on. Forgot about that tonight. Apparently, Shane Gillis getting a great monologue. Gonna have to
Shane Gillis getting after him.
Yeah. So
he congratulated. He said, four-time WNBA All-Star. Somebody's in the house, and like camera went to somebody. He's like, actually, that's just my friend's wife. None of you guys watch the WNBA. You don't know who the players are. And everybody cheered, like, oh, 4-time All-Star. Like, what are you talking about? God, it was so funny.
That's hilarious.
He said, none of y'all know the players.
All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all here same time next week. Boomer.
Sooner.